What's up, guys? This is Anime Crossover. I'm back with a new episode of Naruto Join the Avengers Part 2. And if you did enjoy the video, give it a like. And if you much like my content, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more crossover fictions. Now let's begin this new video.
Chapter 4 Venom the last time. Coulson, we need to talk about priorities. Children. The squad turned around to find Dr. Doom on a monitor behind them. Let it be known that the all-powerful Doom's eye has fallen. The screen suddenly went black. He really likes to hear himself talk. They turned around to saw Naruto had turned off the monitor at the keyboard. Are we just going to let him get away with it? Nova questioned as she flew away, to the transport. Sai, go get him, Naruto said, directing the others to pursue him. Now. Midtown High School. Naruto was headed to school after discussing with Fury Spider-Man fighting a robotic flying octopus in the subway when one of the trains hit it as Spider-Man jumped to the tunnel's ceiling.
Ding ding. When he picked up his phone, he discovered that a video of Spider-Man shredding his pants was going viral. I presume that was from the event Fury informed me about, Naruto reasoned, noting that the footage was in the subway and had been timestamped earlier in the morning.
He walked inside to his locker, missing Harry walking past him just as the doors to the outside latched to help Peter, who had hit the door while trying to unlock it.
You'd forget where you lived if MJ and Naruto didn't walk home with you. As he was closing his locker, he was grabbed by Ava and pulled towards Harry, who assisted Peter in getting in. Naruto overheard Harry talking about him, Peter, and MJ as they walked. His father would be out of town for the weekend, so he would be arriving later. Excuse us, but can we borrow Petty for a second? Ava said as they came to a halt in front of the two. Can it wait? Peter said as Sam pushed him down the corridor. Peter, talk right now. What's the deal? Harry inquired of the departing party. Naruto responded by waving his hand, photography club meeting. And Ava has agreed to be my swimsuit model, he remarked, before being punched in the shoulder by said female.
No, I didn't, she exclaimed, her cheeks flushed. Ooh, something sexier then? Location is unknown. Octavius is looking into a Spider-Man blood sample that his bot obtained before it was destroyed. He then extracts the most lethal components of Spider-Man's DNA and pulls out a big canister containing Spider-Man's blood, which had turned into a black liquid that wanted to escape. It's an abomination, it's monstrous. Did you get the sample? Norman said, his voice coming via a small screen in front of the scientist. You have no idea, Mr. Osborn. I've isolated the deadliest aspects of Spider-Man's DNA. It's incredible, distilled aggression, pure venom. You wanted an army. Imagine one covered in living armor that infuses your soldiers with Spider-Man's powers. All I need is a few months. Months? Months. This is practically a new life form, the dangers of rushing.
Are you worried that lightning will strike twice? Norman inquired angrily. I provided you with the resources and the body to handle our unique, scientific endeavors, use them.
I will have something for you later tonight. Cafeteria at Midtown High School. Later, the company sat eating lunch while laughing at the earlier footage. I didn't need to see that. How come we heard about this from Fury and not you? Ava wondered as she approached Peter and Naruto's table.
We both just got here, Naruto said before Peter could respond.
You guys aren't my mommy and daddy. Stand together or fall alone, Pete, Danny added as Naruto raised a hand to prevent Peter from speaking. We need to get to know each other, Peter. You're on a team now. You want to join the Avengers, right? The Avengers live together, train together, eat together. There's not much they don't do together now. The only reason I'm not living in the tower is because I still go to school, and how would I explain that's where I live? Yeah, you have a job now, Parker. No need to suck up to money bags for cash, Sam sneered as he walked past Harry and slapped down his meal tray.
Harry walked away, leaving Peter to pursue him. There are many parts between the mind and the mouth. You should try using them occasionally, Danny added as Naruto gazed up at the cosmic hero, who had facepalmed at what Sam had said. Sam, as your appointed leader, I only have one piece of advice for you. Think before you speak, or shut the hell up. I mean, that'd be like me saying the only reason you got that helmet was because your father got you in the Corps, and it wasn't you proving you're worthy. Naruto stood up and proceeded to the entrance, where he saw Mary Jane discussing with Peter how to make amends with Harry and tried to bring them all together by inviting the masked heroes to the movie night as well. Harry's penthouse at night, Naruto and the rest of the team took the elevator up to Harry's apartment for the night. Think of it as team bonding, Peter explained as they exited the top floor.
I don't need a new friend, Sam grumbled. As they proceeded down the corridor, Naruto said, "Oh yeah, don't be friends with the rich kid."
Aren't you rich? Naruto turned to face Luke, who was speaking. I get $100,000 a month in royalties, and whatever I can sell to JJJ on the Avengers and myself, and whatever I don't use on bills and groceries, I put in the bank, he explained as Peter knocked on Harry's door. Only for Flash to open it and display the full school inside, complete with loud music.
Naruto blinked in response. What the F, party? Before they went inside, Flash yelled, "The laboratory of Octavius." What the hell happened here? Norman wondered as smoke engulfed the laboratory and sparks flew from exposed cables. You wanted a monster, so I made you a monster. Or a masterpiece, history will judge, Octavius remarked from the shadows as two of his tentacles approached Osborn before moving to a tunnel. Where is it? Norman inquired about the DNA when Otto was walking to the tunnel. My guess. It went back to where it came from. Norman muttered, narrowing his eyes as he stared down the hall. Spider-Man. The penthouse of Harry. I'm missing homework for this. Ava inquired, her hand on her hip as they watched the other teens dance and eat. Would you like to dance? Naruto asked Ava as Peter approached Mary Jane. No, Ava said before Naruto went on. Come on, Ava. You need to loosen up. As Harry approached the balcony, Ava whispered, no. Naruto followed her and noticed her looking out at the city as a breeze blew her hair, sash, and clothes. What is it, Ava? All I see you do is train and do schoolwork, and when you're not doing it, you talk about doing it. You need to relax or you'll snap.
I can't. You can't, Naruto asked, turning around. You wouldn't understand. Roar. They came to a halt before he could say anything because they heard something roar. The two dashed inside, only to watch Peter slide down the stairs leading to the roof. Naruto looked up to see Flash being taken over by Octavius's black liquid. He now has spiky hair, a muscular frame, and tentacles protruding from its back. I'll continue to refer to them by their given names until Venom attacks Spider-Man. Run, he cried as Flash charged at the kids trying to get them out of the penthouse. The lights went off as Naruto swiftly changed into his costume, followed by Peter, while the others dashed out to change and protect their identities. Naruto dodged a tendril shot by Flash as well as Spider-Man, who was atop the bookcase. Spider-Man landed in a squat after falling and stared at Flash. I'll only say this once without laughing, let the jock go. I don't think it'll listen, Naruto remarked, grabbing for his crossbow since he didn't want to risk getting the creature that had taken Flash over on him. He swiftly loaded his shock bullets before ducking beneath a strike from Nova. I'm thinking it likes you, Webs. Feel free to ask it out, Buckethead. Naruto stated as he leveled his gun at Flash, guys, body snatching thing in front of us. Only to jump back from another swipe as Nova sliced the tendrils with his strength on his hands. Naruto fired one bullet at Flash, causing the monster to screech before fleeing to Nova and seizing him. Nova now has a head that resembles his helmet and a wide jaw. It features the Nova Corps uniform patterns. Naruto cursed before aiming at Nova, sigh, shit, and was shot at by Nova, throwing him and Spider-Man out of the window and clinging to the building's edge. Okay, not a robot, definitely alive. Attaching itself from host to host, a symbiote, Spider-Man said as a tendril tried to attach to Naruto. Only to recoil as crimson energy engulfed the ninja before he fired at Nova, who flew to the roof. Get it off me, Nova shouted, using his powers to push the symbiote away from him. The other costumed characters then hurried up the steps. How do we stop that thing without hurting Nova? Any ideas? White Tiger inquired as Naruto reloaded his crossbow. It didn't like it when I shocked it, maybe something like that. He wondered as Power Man approached Nova, who was battling to maintain control. Don't touch it because it will stick to you. Not if you touch it hard enough. Power Man then yanked the symbiote off of Nova, only for it to cling to him. The symbiote created symbiotic sunglasses. He has a muscular frame, Power Man's uniform patterns, and 4 tentacles growing from its back. Shit, scatter, shouted Naruto as Power Man lunged on them. Kya, shouted Iron Fist as he punched Power Man, who had dodged out of the way. White Tiger sprang over,
only to have a tendril wrap around her and smack her hard against the ceiling.
Tiger, screamed Naruto before shooting a bullet at Power Man while Spider-Man utilized his taser webs. The symbiote then detached for a brief moment before reattaching to Power Man.
Power Man hurled a massive AC unit at Spider-Man, who ducked and webbed it just as it was about to land on Harry and Mary Jane. All life is sacred, creature, but what you're doing is wrong. Let Power Man go, before I forget that I'm a pacifist, Iron Fist cried as he hurried to the possessed hero.
Kya, he shouted as he punched the symbiote off Power Man.
He then spun around the building, attempting to avoid the symbiote before it attached itself to him. Iron Fist. I can hear its thoughts. They're confused. Spider-Man, it wants you, he murmured before wrapping its arms over his head.
He now has a head shaped like Iron Fist's mask, as well as the patterns and insignia of Iron Fist's attire.
I'm sort of planning on being me for the rest of my life, Spider-Man remarked as Iron Fist raged.
As Naruto sought to obtain a line of sight, Iron Fist attacked Spider-Man, only to curse as he hit Spider-Man. How about we make a deal? I get my body on weekends and weekdays, and you get it when I have to mow the lawn, Spider-Man suggested as Naruto aimed his crossbow at Iron Fist. Everyone was missing Harry and MJ scrambling up the fire escape to record the fight as Iron Fist slammed the Spider-Man-themed hero into a Daily Bugle billboard.
Get out, shouted Iron Fist, hitting the roof, and made the symbiote fly in a circle off of him. Spider-Man then webbed in front of the symbiote, which appeared in front of White Tiger.
You want someone to take over? Then take me. After bonding with Spider-Man, the symbiote took on Spider-Man's appearance, but with a pure black outfit and a white spider insignia, as well as sharp teeth, a muscular frame, and 4 tentacles emerging from his back.
I am Venom, exclaimed Venom. It can never be simple, Naruto stated before being attacked by the now named Venom. Tiger fought Venom before leaping to the top of a stairwell, where an antenna fell on her and immobilized her.
Iron Fist, help Tiger. Power Man, help me get Venom off Spider-Man. How? Well, if it was Spider-Man all along, it might not want to bond with you again, Naruto said as Venom threw a tendril at Iron Fist after breaking the antenna and sticking him to the wall with black slime. Nova then fired a shot at Venom, causing him to walk over, grab Nova, and slam him to the roof. Venom then approached Harry and MJ at the edge of the roof. When Spider-Man saw that his teammates were in jeopardy, he began fighting Venom before shooting webs on 2 metal walls and using his taser webs, while Naruto used his shock bullets. I can't hold on. As the fight knocked him off the fire escape and into the railing, Harry yelled. As Mary Jane grabbed him by the shirt and pulled him back up, he slipped.
Ow, I think you've pulled out my only chest hair.
Sorry. As Naruto fired 2 more bullets at him, Venom shrieked loudly as electricity passed through him. Iron Fist was yanked off the wall by White Tiger and Power Man, who ripped his costume off, leaving him in matching underpants. It's just a monk thing. Have you seen my pal Peter? They looked up to see Harry and Mary Jane leap up on the roof.
Power Man asked, crossed his arms, Shrimpy Kid? Spaghetti arms? Nova inquired of Power Man. Iron Fist asked, fists on his waist, $3 haircut? Only a 98 average? White Tiger shrugged, drawing everyone's attention to her. Isn't that a joking insult? Only if we knew him, Naruto said quietly to her. Where's Naruto? Mary Jane inquired as a Naruto clone emerged from behind the stairway, holding a digital camera.
Right here, Peter left after you. Norman and many police officers bolted from the staircase. You destroyed it, he demanded angrily. Thank goodness. Get the heroes some help, he remarked as he walked over to check on his son. Later, Naruto, Harry, Mary Jane, and Peter were cleaning the penthouse in preparation for MJ. Naruto was dragged to the kitchen as Harry and Peter talked.
Hey, why do I have to go? They need a moment.
As Harry and Peter talked, they moved to the kitchen, where Harry picked up a bottle and placed it on the piano, hiding it from Peter, who turned his back to pick up a mop. A little bit of venom suddenly moved in the bottle before hissing. Where's Naruto? Mary Jane inquired as a Naruto clone emerged from behind the stairway, holding a digital camera. Right here, Peter left after you. Norman and many police officers bolted from the staircase. You destroyed it, he demanded angrily. Thank goodness. Get the heroes some help, he remarked as he walked over to check on his son.
Later, Naruto, Harry, Mary Jane, and Peter were cleaning the penthouse in preparation for MJ. Naruto was dragged to the kitchen as Harry and Peter talked. "Hey, why do I have to go? They need a moment."
As Harry and Peter talked, they moved to the kitchen, where Harry picked up a bottle and placed it on the piano, hiding it from Peter, who turned his back to pick up a mop. A little bit of venom suddenly moved in the bottle before hissing. Now, night in New York, Shinobi sped down the bustling streets to catch up to Spider-Man, who was fighting the living laser, an Iron Man enemy. As a green light struck Spider-Man, he swung to a structure, shredding his suit in multiple places. He then turned to view the living laser, a green glow man. His costume features V-shaped brows and a huge one on the chest. Naruto slammed on the brakes and slid sideways to halt as the team approached, and Power Man caught Spider-Man, who had fallen after laser hit him on top of a skyscraper.
"Perhaps we can take this thing out without destroying the city?" White Tiger inquired as Naruto approached them. "I'm trying to think of a way to capture a guy made of living protons." The living laser then drops down to them and begins to grow enormous before being knocked unconscious by an unknown explosion just as he was about to attack.
"Ah!" he screamed as he was blasted and torn apart, the lights going out and buildings in a 2-mile radius turning green for a brief while. "What just happened?" Spider-Man inquired from atop a light pole.
Naruto looked up at the sky as he noticed something flying down quickly and causing shockwaves before coming into view.
Tony came over to help. He noticed a man dressed in exceedingly exquisite crimson and gold armor.
"This is Anthony Tony Stark, also known as Iron Man, a brilliant inventor, one of the Avengers' founding members, and the successful CEO of Stark Industries. He is also the current Avengers leader."
Later, while discussing with Naruto and Fury, Iron Man's faceplate was lifted, revealing black hair, brown eyes, and a mustache-goatee combo.
Naruto crossed his arms as Tony was discussing his date with a model the night before when he noticed his colleagues staring at them. Naruto listens to their conversation while adding chakra to his ears. "Look at him over there. You know he built that armor himself? Like in a cave with a paperclip and cans," Spider-Man stated as he approached the group. "Big-time genius." "Someone's got a man crush," Nova observed as Spider-Man drew in close to the team's lone female member. "What exactly do you think they're talking about?"
Probably some kind of security issue. And the night before it was the cover of Models Monthly for February, Naruto said as Fury narrowed his eyes at the billionaire.
"You done bragging about your social life, Stark? The living laser is one of your sparring partners, and my team found him first. Shinobi is an Avenger, so technically. Look, I have to go somewhere, can we?"
"I'm sure you do, Mr. Celebrity Superhero. Hey, he saw me and ran, and when he shows his shiny face again, I'll build something that'll find and contain him," Tony stated before Spider-Man, who had approached the group, said.
"You can trace the photon pattern. That has to be unique to him, right? In the spectrum?"
"Smart kid, lousy fashion sense. I bet with a little guidance." Tony came to a halt as Fury spoke up. "Not happening, Stark. I don't need you and your cowboy ways influencing him. 2 Tony Starks are plenty."
"Hey, I flirt. He's just looking for a one-night stand," Naruto exclaimed in response to the dig at him. Before Tony could speak, the squad approached Spider-Man, who was still dazed.
"Hey kid, I like your style, wardrobe notwithstanding. If you're not doing anything Saturday, stop by the plant. Maybe I can help you out," he ended before flying away, faceplate returning to place. "Get your buttocks back to HQ, and you, I don't want you near him," Fury shouted to Spider-Man as Naruto climbed upon his bike and gazed at White Tiger. "Would you like a ride?" She shrugged and climbed onto Naruto's back before putting her arms around his waist as he sped away. Saturday morning, helicarrier. The crew approached a shirtless Naruto, who was placing black hand tape over his right hand. "Are we waiting?" Power Man inquired as Naruto raised his head before Nova spoke. "For Bug Boy. Why? Patience is a virtue," Iron Fist stated as White Tiger assumed a fighting position. "Punctuality is also important. Spider-Man is late, so we train without him." "He's probably just paying a visit to Tony," Naruto explained before raising his hands. Nova flew towards the ninja who had caught him and whirled around to toss him back at the squad before leaning back from White Tiger's strike. Naruto shoved her down as she leaned forward, avoiding Iron Fist's attack. He seized the monk's elbow and straightened his arm before kicking Iron Fist's thigh, causing him to fall on his back. Naruto then dodged Power Man's attack, sliding underneath him, and punching Power Man's legs, causing the hero to fall on them before bringing his knee to smack Power Man in the back of the skull. He then jumped over Nova, who collided with the others before landing in a squat.
Boom. Before anyone could say anything, an explosion ripped through the roof, revealing Spider-Man in armor. The armor is modeled on arachnids and is the same color as Iron Man's armor. It's the same design as the silhouette on Spider-Man's outfit, except it's larger and gold in color. The majority of his armor is crimson, with gold accents on his back, wrists, ankles, polaroids, and 2 repulsor blasts on his palms. I'll continue to refer to him as Spider-Man rather than Iron Spider. Spider-Man then lost control and flew about the room, sprouting 3 spider legs from his back as he bounced against the walls. Helicarrier arrives a week later. The team sat in the meeting room without their masks and helmets on, as Peter, still in his armor, stood in front of them. It's been a week since Tony made Peter's suit, and he's either harmed the team dynamics or devastated the city more than the villains they encountered. Why are you so upset? The Iron Spider armor is fantastic, remember Wednesday? Yeah, you blasted all of us, including Blizzard, Naruto said from the other end of the table. As he danced in place, Peter ignored him. Don't think of it as the solution to my problems, think of it as the solution to all of our problems.
Again, your suit was fireproof against firebrand, but the fire got on the money we were trying to save. Exclaimed the ninja from his perch.
Spider-Man's helmet encircled his head as he ignored Naruto once again. I mean, come on, I got my own repulsor blasts, yesterday?
You caused a 5-car pileup trying to use them. Later, the crew, excluding Spider-Man, was whining to Fury about Spider-Man when an alert containing lasers picture appeared.
Okay, team, suit up, Naruto stated as he put on his mask. What about Spider-Man? Ava inquired in a similar tone. He's been benched. Night in New York City. Before Spider-Man arrived, the team had living laser in an alleyway.
And what are you supposed to be? Laser said of Spider-Man, who struggled briefly before landing. Are you serious? My name is Iron Spider, and I'm your friendly neighborhood Iron Spider.
Didn't you learn anything from the last time? You can't stop me. Perhaps they can't, but I have Stark tech in this armor that tells me where you're going to be, Spider-Man stated after pressing a button on his wrist, and had his titanium legs emerge from his back.
You might want to sit this one out. Until you get a learner's permit for that thing. Power Man said as Spider-Man returned his gaze. Jealous. More like scared for my life, Power Man answered before Spider-Man was hit by the living laser and thrown to the other side of the street. Spider-Man stood up, flew up to a billboard, and plummeted back to the earth with the billboard when Nova was hit. Living laser then vanished as Spider-Man stood up, revealing a tear in his shoulder that shone green for a split second.
That went well, exclaimed Spider-Man as he brushed himself off. Face it, Stark Jr., in that suit, you stink. Nova stated as White Tiger approached them. You can't control it, clearly, it's been damaged. You kiddin' me? He never laid a glove on me, he didn't have to. In that thing, you're your own worst enemy, White Tiger said as the others approached. You guys just don't get it, do you? Tony Stark built this for me. Yeah, you sure chose him over us in a hurry, didn't you? Hey, why not be his sidekick from now on and stop messin' with our gig? Nova asked as they turned to leave. We don't need you.
You're serious? As Naruto approached Spider-Man, Power Man replied, seems that way. Listen, you're off the team until you decide to stop wearing that suit or get it under control. Seriously, look, you scientists are overly reliant on this, Naruto observed, tapping Spider-Man on the brow. And not enough on this, he said as he finished tapping Spider-Man on the chest. You know, Stark became who he is because he followed his own path, are you certain you're following yours? Iron Fist asked as they parted ways.
Where did you get that? A fortune cookie? Spider-Man said before glowing green and flying away.
Later, there will be a helicarrier. The team went down the corridor to the conference room without their masks and helmets. They had just discovered that Spider-Man was being controlled by Living Laser and had attacked Iron Man. And the Living Laser threatened Iron Man with frying Spider-Man's suit if he didn't turn off his suit's security. To save Spider-Man's life, Iron Man sacrifices himself and allows himself to be taken over by Living Laser. When they entered, They observed Spider-Man fixing and improving his armor. He informs them that Living Laser has taken control of Stark Industries and that he intends to fix the problem on his own.
"We've always been in this together," Luke replied as Ava spoke up, fists on her hips.
"Even when you made a major blunder, which is frequently, we'd never let you fly solo on this.
"So let's get started before Fury finds out," Naruto said as he completed putting on his mask. "And forget about the armor, you'd be better off without it," Tiger added as the team finished putting on their masks.
Fist raised his hand and said, "Hold on. Let's all dig deep and find a little optimism here. It's not going to be like before, is it?" he asked Peter, who shook his head. "Don't worry, it won't be anything like before, I'm on my way now." Stark Enterprises. The Living Laser is attempting to take the designs of everything to sell in Stark Industries, but is prevented by Shinobi and his men smashing through the wall.
"He-ah. Knock, knock," says someone. "Think you have what it takes to take on Iron Man?" Laser inquired, revealing Tony to be unconscious in his costume. "Would you kill Stark in order to do it?" "We don't have to kill him to accomplish it," Naruto replied as Spider-Man collapsed. As the crew attacked, Laser launched green blasts but was overwhelmed by the suit.
During the struggle, Spider-Man scanned Iron Man before discovering a defibrillator, which stunned the millionaire.
"Tony, restart now," shouted Naruto, forcing him to do so and force the laser out.
Spider-Man tells Iron Man about his plan to seal Living Laser in the molecular disruption chamber Tony showed him last week. As Spider-Man and the others rush to the molecular disruption lab, Iron Man distracts Living Laser by flying away.
"You there, kiddo?" Iron Man said over the intercom. "Yes, we're here. He's on his way to the thing, and he's right on your tail."
"What is it?" Nova inquired of Spider-Man. "Yeah, the thing does the thing."
"Oh, that's right. I thought you weren't making sense for a second there," Naruto said deadpan. Iron Man led Living Laser to the chamber, where he was triggered and taken to another reality by Spider-Man.
It disrupted his basic photonic structure, expanding it across several dimensions to the point where he no longer has control over his physical form, Spider-Man said as Iron Man arrived.
"That's pretty cool, isn't it? So, where do you believe he ended up?" Nova inquired, as Spider-Man and Iron Man shrugged. I dunno. I see you took some liberties with the suit I gave you," Iron Man replied, folding up his faceplate. "This thing had problems," Spider-Man stated as his faceplate opened up. "I had to pop the hood," he said as Tony raised an eyebrow.
"Later, there will be a heli-carrier. I'm sorry, are we all okay?" Peter inquired, dressed in his former suit but without his mask.
The team sat with him in the mission room without masks or helmets. "I'm just making sure. Do you consider that an apology?" Ava inquired from her seat. "I'm sorry," Peter said before slipping into Danny's seat. "Hey Danny, you were right. I'd rather be myself than someone else." "Where did you get that idea? Is that a fortune cookie?" Danny inquired as Fury entered. "Alright, okay. Get out of here before I remember that you weren't authorized to even consider going to Stark's factory," he told everyone except Peter. A few minutes after they departed, Naruto heard a bang from the room as Fury stepped out. "Guess he let Peter keep the suit." "I see you took some liberties with the suit I gave you," Iron Man replied, folding up his faceplate.
"This thing had problems," Spider-Man stated as his faceplate opened up. "I had to pop the hood," he said as Tony raised an eyebrow.
"Later, there will be a heli-carrier. I'm sorry, are we all okay?" Peter inquired, dressed in his former suit but without his mask.
The team sat with him in the mission room without masks or helmets.
"I'm just making sure. Do you consider that an apology?" Ava inquired from her seat. "I'm sorry," Peter said before slipping into Danny's seat. "Hey Danny, you were right. I'd rather be myself than someone else." "Where did you get that idea? Is that a fortune cookie?" Danny inquired as Fury entered. "Alright, okay. Get out of here before I remember that you weren't authorized to even consider going to Stark's factory," he told everyone except Peter. A few minutes after they departed, Naruto heard a bang from the room as Fury stepped out. "Guess he let Peter keep the suit."
Now, night in New York, Shinobi was riding his bike on a rooftop when he hit the thruster and leapt over a ledge to another building before coming to a halt to witness a man jump up and over the ledge as Spider-Man followed on his bike, driving it up the wall. He has a thin black mustache and a sharp goatee on his chin, and he wears a purple and yellow suit with mechanical leaping legs.
Batroc the Leaper as Spider-Man's adversary. Spider-Man webbed Batroc's leg before he slid beneath a billboard, causing Spider-Man to collide with it. Oh ho! The bug splatted, Batroc muttered in a French accent as he slid back around, only to be punched and knocked unconscious by Naruto.
I didn't even get to try out my new electric claws.
Naruto turned around to see White Tiger behind him, his gloves flashing.
There'll be other chances. Come on, Fury wants to speak with you all. He ended before all three went, missing surveillance cameras following them. Tiger complains about Spider-Man not training as frequently as they do. The laboratory of Otto Octavius. My employer will pay handsomely for Spider-Man's capture, Taskmaster, Octavius stated to a man as they viewed the video of the fight with Batroc. Taskmaster is muscular, and he wears a skeleton mask with bright eyes. He's dressed in a black suit with white gloves, boots, and a hooded white cape. He also wears multiple belts to carry his gear. A guy with 4 arms should be able to grab one bug by himself, Octavius, Taskmaster said as he placed his hand on the screen, watching the combat. Yeah, I don't get out very much. I can master his moves, and my powers can cover that, but the tech makes it more difficult. No wonder your employer is eager.
Taskmaster flipped backwards and landed like Spider-Man before standing. High school, huh? I can't wait. I'm great with kids.
Next morning at Midtown High, Naruto and the school were in the cafeteria, with Coulson discussing the previous night's accident and the citywide athletic accomplishment challenge. Peter went in and up to him and Ava while he was explaining. What did I miss? Lazy training, late for school, Ava muttered, putting her head on her hand. Before Flash pushed Peter from his seat and Coulson spoke up to gain their attention, Peter went to meet with Harry and Mary Jane.
Mr. Yeager will be your substitute until further notice. Mr. Yeager is a Latino man with brown hair who is dressed in gym gear that include a sweatshirt, short black pants, black sneakers, and a white sweat headband and armband.
I am looking forward to the challenge. Naruto narrowed his eyes as he sensed something strange about the man. Later, most of the students were in the gym and dressed in gym clothes, waiting for Mr. Yeager to arrive before Naruto caught a dodge ball that was about to hit Peter in the head. He then hurled it towards Flash's gang, hitting them all with the same ball as it bounced from one kid to the next.
Mr. Yeager entered, and some of the teens looked to him before line up, including Ava and MJ being the only females in the group. Why are you two the only girls here? Not that I'm complaining or anything, but it just seems strange that there are only you two, Naruto asked, as the 2 lone females shrugged. I'm looking for finalists for the citywide athletic achievement contest, and I want to see everything you've got in this obstacle course. Push yourselves to the limit, and don't give me anything less than 110%, Yeager remarked, gazing at the obstacle course he had set up.
It begins with a climbing wall, progresses to a tire field, a pool to swing over, a balance beam, and concludes with a hanging tire to jump over.
Ava said, Peter, you could learn something from him. How do you frighten people? Mr. Thompson, you're up, Yeager exclaimed to the jock. Flash sprinted up the wall, through the tires, and swung over the pool, landing 1 foot in the water on the other side. He slid to Yeager after going over the balance beam and diving into the tire.
He called on each student who did exceptionally well, or poorly before leaving Naruto and Peter for last. Mr. Uzumaki, you're up. Naruto shrugged as he went to the wall, leapt up to grip the top, pulled himself up to jump off, and rapidly sprinted through the tires before landing in a roll. He then darted across the balancing beam and through the tire.
Impressive, Yeager thought as Ava and MJ strolled over to the blonde adolescent. How'd you do that? The redhead inquired of Naruto, who shrugged. I've been taking some free running classes. Naruto then noticed Peter feigning not to make it over the wall before Yeager called it a day, announcing that Danny, Harry, and Flash had made the finals and that they should return on Saturday for training.
Why am I not a finalist? Because I'm a girl, Ava questioned the squad, excluding Sam, who shrugged.
Are you complaining about not going to school on weekends? Peter said as everyone saved him and Naruto left. Hey, Naruto should have been at least 1. He had the best run, Ava exclaimed as Yeager began to exercise. Doesn't that Yeager freak you out? Peter inquired, pointing to the replacement. I work with 2 guys who stick to walls, and no one freaks me out, Ava said as they walked away. Naruto's house, Saturday, noon. Ring, ring. Naruto moaned as his phone awakened him up before grabbing it up from his nightstand. What? Have you heard from Harry or Danny, Naruto? Ava asked as Naruto rolled onto his back. No, why should I? It's noon, and no one's come out yet. Are you still sleeping? I thought Peter would be.
I assisted Widow last night. She's been asking me for stealth missions instead of Hawkeye. Look, they're probably still training, Naruto remarked, rubbing his eyes with his free hand. Well, at least the fence is electrified. Perhaps Fury and Cool. Wait, what? Okay, call Peter. Sam and Luke are on the helicarrier and are too far away. I'll meet you there. Naruto jumped out of bed and hastily put on his outfit before sprinting down the stairs. Jingle. Naruto had ceased hearing the tinkling of keys. Looking into the kitchen, he noticed a woman with his keys on her finger. She is a tall Caucasian woman with long red hair that reaches her mid-back, hazel eyes, ripped broad shoulders, and long muscular yet shapely legs. Her physique is both sensuous and muscular. She is dressed in a form-fitting blue jumpsuit that showcases and complements her well-toned figure and is trimmed in yellow around the collar and down the front to the pelvic area. In addition to this outfit, she is wearing a utility belt in black and yellow with a Black Widow hourglass on the front. And on each wrist, a set of yellow gauntlets. This is Black Widow, a member of the Avengers and a SHIELD special agent. Hey Natasha, I can't talk right now. Something's going on down at the school, Naruto said as he raced over, grabbed the keys, and ran out the door.
Before departing, the widow shrugged and reached into the fridge for a bottle of water. Midtown High School. Ava jumped as she hung up the phone and saw Shinobi standing next to her. Yeah, I'm that good, Naruto remarked as Spider-Man knelt.
Before they hopped over the fence, Ava ran into the alley across the street and hurriedly changed into her costume. Something's wrong. We should call Coulson, White Tiger stated as she raised her watch.
Hold on, this could be a glitch, Spider-Man says as he stops the feline-themed heroine.
They then entered, discovering that the door was unlocked.
I mean, why would you electrify the fence but leave the door unlocked? The heroes then gently proceeded around the school, stopping when they noticed puddles of water on the floor going to a hall on their left.
Hello, is anyone there? They ran over to find Stan fastened to the wall by a claw.
Hold on. Spider-Man and Naruto went to assist by removing the janitor's claw before he fell into a trapdoor that closed. White Tiger held her hand to her left ear as the trio continued down many passageways.
I'm calling Coulson. No need. He's here, Spider-Man replied as he entered his office.
Here, on a Saturday? Tiger inquired as Naruto pushed open the door. And he collapsed to his knees. I'm legally blind. White Tiger ran over and executed a deadpan. The reason for this was because Coulson was hanging upside down in his underwear over a vat of acid. Oh, all the pretty ladies I'll miss out on, and I'll have to ask Matt how to get around. The whole school is rigged. Taskmaster corrupted the school's security measures, Coulson remarked, raising an eyebrow at White Tiger. Who? An assassin who used to work for SHIELD, he has a photographic memory and can copy your fighting style just by looking at you, Naruto stated as he stood up. We need to contact Fury, Tiger exclaimed before Coulson interrupted him again. Can't. Taskmaster has scrambled the signal. I shouldn't have come to school today. Spider-Man said to White Tiger, who was staring at him, told ya. Naruto blinked, thinking he heard a tiger snarl. Ah. They heard Harry cry and ran down the corridor. They then avoided traps before sprinting through a door to witness Harry and Flash fleeing without Danny before Taskmaster appeared in front of the fleeing adolescents.
Which of you is going to transform into Spider-Man before getting hurt?
The two turned to flee, only for Harry to become entangled in a net as Flash fled and hid. As Taskmaster pursued Flash, he drew out a broadsword. Flash is in your locker. What's the plan? White Tiger said of Spider-Man as Naruto crept over and slashed Harry. Get out of here, right now. He wants me. He gets me, Spider-Man said as he swung around to face Taskmaster. The two heroes then pursued Taskmaster, who was fighting Spider-Man with his own skills before Tiger charged at them. Tiger, wait, shouted Naruto as White Tiger knocked Taskmaster's mask off, revealing Jaeger.
Coach Jaeger, so the test was only about finding Spider-Man? White Tiger asked before hitting Taskmaster, who mimicked her moves and slammed her down the stairway. Spider-Man kicked Taskmaster in the direction of Naruto, who punched the assassin all the way to the end of the hall. Naruto saw two members of his team at the bottom of the stairs and hopped over the shattered railing to land there. They exited while devising a strategy to eliminate the assassin.
I've got a plan, Naruto remarked, drawing the two's attention to him. Spider-Man, please get your extra mask.
Spider-Man went to collect his mask after figuring out Naruto's strategy, while Naruto described it to White Tiger. After returning, Spider-Man gave Tiger his mask before luring Taskmaster into the gym with the obstacle course still set up. "Welcome," Naruto exclaimed before shutting off the lights. Before yelling, his goggles lit briefly and his night vision activated. "Night vision, right now."
I make this spider night vision look good, Tiger exclaimed before lowering herself and attacking Taskmaster. Naruto and Spider-Man then launched punches at Taskmaster, knocking him off his feet. He then stood up to mock them. "I know all of your moves, there's no way you can beat me," he exclaimed as White Tiger came to a halt in front of them. And webbed him as Spider-Man's hands ignited and Tiger's electric claws struck Taskmaster. "You would, if we were still fighting in the same way." Naruto then booted him up to the climbing wall. "You just did me a favor. I have a photographic memory. I know this place like the back of my hand. I can move in here as well if the lights were turned on," Taskmaster exclaimed before leaping to the top of the wall and diving for the gymnastic rings. As Tiger dragged them up, they fell. "You would, if everything was still in place." Naruto then produced a swarm of clones that hurl the tires at Taskmaster before bringing them down around the assassin. Naruto then tossed him into the air, and Spider-Man slashed the tires off before Naruto threw him into the bleachers. The White Tiger then lowered down and webbed him to the bottom rows. "I see why you like these, this is fun," Tiger exclaimed as the lights returned to normal. "I'll expose you as Flash Thompson to the entire world if you don't come with me," Taskmaster said as Flash and Harry walked in. "Which Flash Thompson?" "That one." "Yeah, loser. He can't get out, can he?" Flash remarked as they came to a halt in front of the gathering. "I'm Spider-Man, not Spider-Teen," Spider-Man stated as Naruto leaned down to the assassin. "Spread the word. The Avengers are protecting both this school and the city." "Yeah, you just got schooled," Flash exclaimed as Spider-Man turned to face the jock. "Not really helping." Taskmaster then detonated a smoke bomb and vanished, leaving behind a mask of Jaeger's face, demonstrating that he didn't utilize his true face for the disguise. Cough, 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 cough. "Do you think he'll come back?" Tiger inquired, removing Spider-Man's mask to reveal her own. "He's smart. He won't come back with the entire Avengers now watching the place," Naruto said as they walked away, only to discover reporters and police waiting outside. "The laboratory of Octavius. The school is a dead end. Trust me, if you want the spider, you'll have to make him come to you," Taskmaster remarked as he walked in without his cape, causing the scientists to scream and demolish everything in sight.
"That's right, throw your tantrum and go look for Spider-Man somewhere else," Taskmaster said to himself as he noticed a spider walking across the floor. "Because I now know where he hangs out." He paused before stomping on the spider. "That bug is entirely mine."
Midtown High School. While Peter, Ava, and Danny were speaking with Coulson, Shinobi was fielding reporters' questions. Taskmaster had no idea Peter Parker was Spider-Man. "Your creativity is just as strategic as my training. More so," Ava told Peter. "Really? Going solo paid off. Okay. There's still one thing I don't understand," Peter stated before turning to face Coulson. "Briefs really?" Coulson said, hands behind his back, "I swim." "Leave the man's underwear alone, Pete, or he'll get short with you," Ava warned as Coulson walked away. Midtown High School. While Peter, Ava, and Danny were speaking with Coulson, Shinobi was fielding reporters' questions. Taskmaster had no idea Peter Parker was Spider-Man. "Your creativity is just as strategic as my training. More so," Ava told Peter. "Really? Going solo paid off. Okay. There's still one thing I don't get at all," Peter replied before turning to face Coulson. "Briefs really?" "I swim," Coulson said with his hands behind his back. "Leave the man's underwear alone, Pete, or he'll get short with you," Ava warned as Coulson walked away. Now, noon at Midtown High. Before hearing MJ, Naruto ate his lunch. Speak. The exclusive interview is conducted by rookie reporter Mary Jane Watson for the Daily Bugle Communications. Mary Jane, by Mary Watson, by Jane Watson, by MJ Wa. I think I'll just stick with Mary Jane Watson. Looking up, Naruto noticed the redhead point a digital camera at them. eager to have an interview with his and Peter's alter egos for a daily bugle contest.
How do the men on the street feel? About what? Naruto asked, staring at the meat provided by the school for lunch. You should have him look into whatever the hell they're giving us for food. I believe it's old gym mats.
Rooftop after school. So, how long have you wanted to be a reporter? Spider-Man inquired while filming MJ. Forever, Mary Jane replied, taking her camera back and pointing it at the Avenger and Avenger in training. My audience wants to know. Why now? Why me? We trust you won't hide the truth, because I know Triple J sometimes just slaps whatever headline sells and only retracts it when the police or something shows him that what he's printed is false, Naruto stated as Spider-Man glanced at the future reporter.
And knowing the top media, movers, and shakers. Speaking of which, he continued before snatching Mary Jane, shooting out a web, and swinging to the next building.
Naruto chased them down and leapt across. That was incredible. It was like flying. Spider-Man cut off what Mary Jane was about to say. Your voices sound familiar. Do I know you too? No, we just have those voices. I know a few people who sound like actors, Naruto as MJ said, turned to face him. Not much a story if you won't answer my questions. We'll answer everything except questions about our personal lives, Naruto said before Jay. Unlike the other Avengers, not everyone we know is another hero, and we don't want them to be in danger all the time because the bad guys want to get to us. Jonah Jameson appears behind the heroes on a video billboard. And that's why I'm handing over my airways to you, Manhattan. You find the proof, you bring me the video that will put an end to this spider threat once and for all. 3 words. Nose hair trimmers, Spider-Man muttered as Naruto peered over his shoulder and saw flames rising into the air as a shadow bounds off the roofs.
Wait a minute, the others looked up to see a giant shadow drop on the roof next to them, break off, and fall to the street below. Looking down, they noticed a towering, strong man with green skin wearing only tattered short purple pants. He has dark green, almost black hair and green eyes.
The Hulk, also known as Robert Bruce Banner, is a gamma-powered superhero and member of the Avengers. Hulk smash, says the Hulk. Naruto noticed police officers surrounding the Avenger before selecting MJ up and landed on the sidewalk.
Stay out of range, Naruto dashed in front of the Hulk, looking at the cops. Stand down, I'll handle this. Before speaking, Naruto gazed at the Hulk. Hulk, it's Ninja Man. What's the matter? Hulk smashing energy, man, says the Hulk. Energy ma. Naruto comes to a halt as Spider-Man slingshots a car at the Avengers muscle. Naruto's shoulder sagged as Hulk approached the arachnid-themed hero and Mary Jane, who was recording him, and effortlessly lifted up Spider-Man. Hulk isn't fighting Bug-Man. Bug-Man better get out of the way of Hulk.
Bug-Man? That's just insulting. Spiders aren't bugs, he cried as Hulk turned to face MJ. Hulk does not like paparazzi. He then threw Spider-Man away, knocking the camera out of MJ's fingers and tossing objects at buildings that vanished just as they reached the wall. Naruto landed next to them and sighed. I had it all under control, but you had to make him angry. He's the one attacking the city, exclaimed Spider-Man as he stood up. Not without a reason. I know it doesn't look like it, but beneath all that brawn is a genius scientist who said something about an energy man, Naruto remarked as Mary Jane continued photographing them, the battery showing 90%. Show us the footage, MJ, Naruto replied, his gaze fixed on the screen. Mary Jane rewinded the footage to show the cars disappearing in an electric field before colliding with the night vision. I've got an idea, it's called night vision. Okay, we got that, Naruto responded, immediately nodding his head and turning his lens green. Looking down, they noticed a humanoid-looking figure, somewhat shorter than the Hulk, who was formed of pure electricity and was fighting the Hulk. This is Zax, a being formed entirely of electricity. That's Zax, one of crap, look out. Naruto shoved the two out of the way as Zax launched a police car at them. As Naruto dashed along the skyscrapers, Spider-Man grabbed MJ and swung away. This is Mary Jane Watson reporting. A massive energy creature is attacking New York, and our only hope is the Hulk, Shinobi, and Spider-Man, said as she looked into her camera.
Naruto proceeded to calm down the cops in the neighborhood and got into some issues with some J. Before mentioning that Jonah is good friends with the commissioner as MJ. As debris whizzed past her, she turned the camera on herself. As you can see, The streets of Midtown are in chaos, and while I'm not happy about it, we're staying live. I appear to be the only reporter on site, possibly the only one stupid enough to be here. She added, ducking beneath a passing car, nearly inches from the confrontation that can only be described as incredible. She witnessed Hulk punch the air and being electrified. Why energy man here? He wondered as a billboard's power went off as Zax grew enormous and apparent to everyone. Hulk hates getting zapped. Stop or Hulk will make you stop. Zax then assaulted Mary Jane, causing the two heroes to grab her and leap to the top of a building.
We need help, MJ said, drawing Spider-Man's attention to her. Help? Me? I'm Spider-Man, he said before turning around and activating his communicator. Director Fury, it's Spider-Man, we need assistance. Send SHIELD.
Nice to hear you admit it, but we've got all hands on deck in Jersey against a destroyer-class threat. Before Naruto spoke, Spider-Man joked, you can't just let Jersey go.
Fury, it's Zax, he's attacking New York City.
Wrapping things up and heading over, Naruto and Spider-Man went to assist the Hulk in getting Zax out of the city before Spider-Man convinced him he's a friend by tossing a dumpster onto a building before attacking the electric creature and keeping Mary Jane safe.
No, my camera, she exclaimed as Naruto grabbed it as they walked to another building. Before she glanced past them, Naruto handed Mary Jane her camera. Water. Looking back, Naruto noticed a water tower before turning to face Spider-Man. Water would hurt him. Spider-Man then used both of his webs to bring the tower down on Zax, who dashed through a lamppost and into the subway. The heroes and MJ knelt alongside the Hulk. Hulk does not like surprise showers, he said. Spider-Man, Hulk like Bugman. Bugman is a good smasher.
Coming from the Master, that means a lot, Spider-Man stated before the Hulk bolted. Naruto was glancing at the subway entrance before heading over and beginning to descend. The entrance was blocked by passing tape because it was closed for repairs. He didn't notice Spider-Man and Mary Jane were following him. Spider-Man, Shinobi, says the narrator. The lights abruptly went out, forcing the group to activate their night vision. Who knew night vision was such a useful option, MJ said, remarked as she looked through her camera.
Crack. When a bolt of lightning struck the tunnel behind them, Naruto and Spider-Man turned around.
Please tell me that's the 6 train. No. Get out of here, Naruto exclaimed as a bolt approached them.
Crack. Now, shouted Naruto, shoving Spider-Man and MJ just as a bolt of lightning struck him in the back. As Hulk plummeted through the roof, he was shot at a wall, which cracked. Raw. When Naruto awoke, he saw Hulk fighting Zax and jumped over to protect the others. Your exclusive turned out to be shocking, didn't it? Spider-Man asked as he stood up. Really? He has a bad habit of making bad jokes in tense situations, Naruto explained, his gaze fixed on the fight. Go. MJ Spider-Man followed her up the steps, holding her camera for her before tossing it and webbing the entrance as Zax assaulted them. Spider-Man, she dashed to the hole Hulk had dug before shooting and reported on the conflict as the 3 heroes jumped out, Hulk holding Spider-Man. Did we get him? Naruto inquired before collapsing on his back to collect his breath. His shirt now has a burn hole from shoulder to chest. His burned skin healed swiftly. Spider-Man collapsed on his back as soon as the Hulk allowed him to take a knee. Mr. Hulk? Do you mind answering some questions? Mary Jane questioned Hulk, who grimaced before rising. My viewers would like to know if you have a message for them, for New York, or for the entire world. Hulk is not doing interviews right now. Attention, Hulk. Naruto looked up to see that it was night as the helicarrier with Fury and SHIELD operatives flew down on jetpacks with guns above them.
Put up your hands and surrender. You're under arrest for the destruction of New York.
As Fury and the others landed, Naruto and Spider-Man both stood up. Calm down, Fury. Hulk assisted in saving it from Zax, Naruto remarked, rolling his shoulder. Several agents then aimed at the Hulk before moving in front of him. You guys want him, you've got to go through me, Naruto remarked before a giant Zax materialized alongside them. There, go after him. Before everyone began hitting Zax, Spider-Man swung Mary Jane out of the way. Hulk, keep him busy, Naruto murmured as Fury approached. Hulk hitting him isn't going to work. Not the plan, Naruto murmured as Spider-Man leapt onto a shattered tour bus. Spider-Man then drew a big cable and indicated that Zax was expending too much energy before bursting out and throwing the cable at Zax. Here you go, Sparky. Before Naruto yelled, Zax expanded. Anything you have that uses electricity, throw it in. Naruto then tossed his shock ammo in, while the agents threw their weapons and utility belts in, and the Hulk threw vehicle batteries in Zax. Anything left? Fury inquired as Mary Jane approached, her battery fully charged from the previous bout.
My camera. You sure? Naruto inquired, and the journalist enthusiast nodded. Naruto grabbed it, spun around, and hurled it at Zax's knee before exploding and destroying a structure. Mary Jane, shouted Spider-Man as he dashed over to where she was removing rubble.
Hulk scooped him up and pushed many large sections away before seeing Shinobi keep a chunk of a wall off of them before pushing it away. Thank God. That was heavy as hell, he said before the Hulk made several steps forward. Humans are stupid, he shouted before turning around. Except for Bugman and Ninja Man. They're good smashers, he exclaims as Naruto turns to MJ. Here you go, I got this before I threw it, he added, handing a memory card. Gasp. The memory card? You're not worried about how Jameson will use this? I trust you'll do the right thing, Naruto replied as Spider-Man approached. MJ then ran away after briefly hugging each of them. I promise I won't let you down. I know you won't, Spider-Man said as he swung away.
A few days later, Peter's house, Queens. Naruto, Peter, and Mary Jane viewed her report on YouTube rather than DBC's website, although she still used their logo at the conclusion on the green screen. She said that she didn't come in knowing Jonah would have chopped it up and made it appear as if Spider-Man had failed to save the day before the doorbell rang.
As they approached the front door, they noticed a delivery man carrying a gift. MJ Watson. Her folks said she was here, signature required.
MJ. They signed and took the box before going back inside and opening it to reveal a digital camera. It's a new camera from the Daily Bugle, she said as she took it up and turned it on, displaying a video of Jonah. I saw your footage, Watson, and there might be a spot for you at the Bugle. Send your work to me before you post the next time. Well, what do you know? He has a heart, Naruto commented as Mary Jane wiped the tape and directed the camera to her pals. I wish they had told me who they were, she remarked as Naruto covered the camera.
You never know, you might get another chance. A few days later, Peter's house, Queens.
Naruto, Peter, and Mary Jane viewed her report on YouTube rather than DBC's website, although she still used their logo at the conclusion on the green screen. She said that she didn't come in knowing Jonah would have chopped it up and made it appear as if Spider-Man had failed to save the day before the doorbell rang.
As they approached the front door, they noticed a delivery man carrying a gift. MJ Watson. Her folks said she was here, signature required.
MJ. They signed and took the box before going back inside and opening it to reveal a digital camera. It's a new camera from the Daily Bugle, she said as she took it up and turned it on, displaying a video of Jonah.
I saw your footage, Watson, and there might be a spot for you at the Bugle. Send your work to me before you post the next time.
Well, what do you know? He has a heart, Naruto commented as Mary Jane wiped the tape and directed the camera to her pals. I wish they had told me who they were, she remarked as Naruto covered the camera. You never know, you might get another chance. Now.
Before plunging off a 35-story office building with a 3D as the rooftop, Shinobi was looking across the skyline. Diving down, he noticed his Harley hovering several stories below before flipping over and landing on the seat.
He then swiftly switches off the flying mode and rides down the windows before drawing a wheel stand and letting the thrusters slow him down as he lands. And I missed a plaque on the wall at the entryway, which had multiple candles and flower bouquets in front of it.
In loving memory of Stan, the Man, Lee, 1922 to 2018. The more you read, the better you'll get as a storyteller. Excelsior. Naruto was speeding along the road when a screen appeared on his hologram dashboard beneath his speedometer. He witnessed an android attacking a street in the form of a gigantic purple humanoid dragon being with sharp claws and big wings.
This is Dragon Man, a villain Spider-Man has faced countless times.
Naruto lunged for his thruster button, only to be interrupted by someone removing the android.
Naruto saw the person was dressed similarly like Spider-Man, but in all black, with a white spider on his chest and white patches on the tops of his hands. What the hell? Naruto wondered as he set the bike to auto-drive to the heli-carrier and observed social media messages applauding the Black Spider-themed hero, including J. Jonah. Yeah, that doesn't make Triple J look like a biased jackass. After his wife was killed, I thought he despised most masked people. 1.
Naruto then continued through the traffic until he saw the helicarrier.
Meeting room for the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Naruto removed his mask as he went in to witness the rest of the crew remove their masks, glasses, helmets as Fury showed them footage of the Black Spider-Man stopping numerous crimes.
Achoo! Naruto noted the bags under his eyes and red nose that indicated Peter was unwell and sneezed. This new kid appears to be a rising star. What do we know about him? Fury inquired as Naruto folded his arms. Little to nothing, other than being an all-black Spidey, but it could be Venom.
Are you kidding me? It has nothing in common with Venom. Venom was very muscular. Sam stated that he was getting the Avenger to look at him. Of course, after getting on Spider-Man. But he took over your body frame when he took over you, Danny, and Luke. What if Venom is aware that we are hunting for him and has slimmed down?
Perhaps you're seeing connections where there are none, Danny suggested, folding his arms in front of him on the table. Or are you envious that someone is better than you? Looking at his captain, Sam said. I'm siding with our leader on this one, Peter sniffled. There is no one better than me. Although the Hulk and Thor are physically stronger, they have yet to face me.
Is this some sort of, ninjas never trust anyone, thing? Luke inquired from his vantage point.
Do you have someone you thought of as a friend run a lightning-covered fist through your chest 2 times in a row and see if you come out without any trust issues? His team simply stared at him in disbelief. What? Look, before we do anything, we'll keep a watch on him for a bit. Achoo! Before leaving, Peter sneezed once more.
He better not make me sick, Ava murmured, trying to get away from Peter.
Later. A little time later, Shinobi and Spider-Man approached the Black Spider hero to speak with him, only for the black-suited hero to dismiss them. Naruto sighed as he searched through files on his hologram dashboard for anything after hearing the new hero's voice was deep and slightly jumbled. And they also missed cameras keeping an eye on them. Hideout of Dr. Octavius. Otto was watching the news Spider-Man reports when Norman stepped in from the shadows.
Octavius, don't tell me you called me all the way down here just to watch something I could watch on my office's flat screen.
Of course not, Mr. Osborn, Otto answered, pulling up video of Naruto and the others fighting Venom at Norman's residence. Observe. This new player shares many of the same characteristics as our last experiment, but more concentrated, controlled, and lethal. Are there any parallels? I want you to figure out what's going on now, Norman said as he walked away. Certainly, Mr. Osborn. I'll send the Dragon Man android out for more testing. Midtown High School, 8:50 a.m. Naruto was putting books away in his locker when he heard 2 females stroll by, raving about how cute the new hero was, despite the fact that he was wearing a mask. Although Shinobi is a little hotter, one of the girls mentioned passing Naruto. How do you know? He's also wearing a mask. Can you see those muscles beneath that skin-tight shirt? The girls laughed as Naruto closed his locker and noticed Sam chatting to Peter, who coughed. Whoa, shoot that somewhere else, Sam stated before departing. Hey, Pete. When Naruto saw Harry hurry up to them, he took Peter to the restroom to tell him something in private before shrugging and going for class himself. Night in New York City. Shinobi was patrolling the streets as Spider-Man was on the other side on the lookout for his impersonator. Naruto peered down after hearing something and seeing a bunch of masked individuals attempting to break into a building through the alleyway escape. Well, I don't think they forgot about their keys. Naruto then stomped one man's head on the ground, knocking him out. He then rose up and rushed to the others before diving beneath a crowbar swing and uppercutting the man. Naruto took the crowbar and hurled it at another man, striking him in the head and causing him to fall to the ground. He then kicked the final man, causing him to fall to his knees, before placing his foot on the back of the man's skull and bringing the man's head to the ground. Naruto wipes his brow as the man he uppercut collapses on a heap of rubbish bags. Naruto raced up to the top of the building after fighting with the guys and noticed a jewelry store being looted. He dashed over to it and dropped down at the window. Knock knock. Naruto rapped on the window to get the thug's attention. Hey there, fellas. It's Shinobi, says the narrator. Get him, bang 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 bang. As the thieves fired at him, Naruto ran out of the way, before generating clones that went to each man and banged their heads into the walls, knocking them out.
He then climbed up to the roof and observed Spider-Man discussing his watch with Fury before heading over.
Hey, you'll know when I know. Out and over. As Naruto landed in a crouch, Spider-Man said.
You're lying. What? No, you are, Harry, the only person who would come into contact with Venom who has that build, and you're doing everything you can to keep Fury and the team from fighting him. So it's him, right? Naruto inquired as he walked to the edge of the roof.
Sigh. Oh, yes, he is. It's Venom. Let's get him before he takes over.
Naruto peered down after a few blocks to see Dragon Man collide with and fight Spider-Man. As Naruto approached to assist, the black Spider-Man swung and tackled the android to the ground, ripping its wings off. Naruto noticed someone taking a photograph and witnessed the black-suited hero hurl the wings at the person. Whoa, Naruto yelled as he yanked the teen away from the wings that had been lodged in the wall.
Who's next? The black spider's shouted voice became more powerful. Come on, someone. He then snatched a cab and lifted it above his head.
Hey, you're meant to be a kind person. Put him down.
Naruto and Spider-Man stood to the left of the black costume. Then he tossed the taxi at them. Spider-Man and Naruto, whose bodies briefly turned blue, seized the cab and pushed it away.
Spider-Man, Shinobi, you're always getting in the way. Venom murmured this as tendrils sprouted on his back and razor teeth protruded from his mouth. Not for very long, he roared, assaulting the heroes with claw swipes.
Venom, hurry up. Allow the person you're with to go. Naruto considered using his shock munitions but decided against it in case Harry was injured. Oh, boy. Do you think you might have some control issues here? Spider-Man stated that he was hanging upside down from a light pole. I have perfect command. I'm capable of doing anything. I'm the greatest Spider-Man ever. As additional tentacles erupted from Venom, he shrieked and stood up.
That shouldn't be too tough. Trust me, Spider-Man responded by flinging himself to the ground.
They continued to fight on the side of the building, Venom acquiring more of his muscles from his first contact with Spider-Man. Remember who you are, says the narrator. As Venom smirked with his lengthy tongue, Naruto shouted.
I recall. My name is Venom. Naruto tackled Venom to the ground and landed on top of a car, breaking the rooftop before jumping off the symbiote and continuing the fight through New York's streets. Naruto summoned his tonfas and swirled them before flipping them to the inside of his arms, attacking Venom with many forearm strikes while blocking Venom's own. Spider-Man then webbing Venom's eyes and having Naruto beat him upside the head with his tonfas. And for a little moment, Harry's face was exposed. Spider-Man also attacked, and each hit revealed Harry's face before being enveloped in the symbiote.
Please assist me. I can't. Yes, you certainly can. Before hurling the heroes at a fire vehicle, Venom said. Fight it. Before Venom snatched Spider-Man and bounds away, Naruto said. Oh, come on, says one. Naruto followed Venom as he crashed inside Oscorp as Norman was attending a meeting. The great Norman Osborn. Naruto remained towards the edge of the room in case Venom tried anything. You'd never know, and you'd never cared.
Spider-Man then jumped to the roof after immediately attacking Venom. Naruto then threw Venom out the window, used his shock ammunition to make Venom screech, and had Harry's back appear before pulling the teen out with a rope.
Hiss. Venom attacked at the ninja, prompting Naruto to use his shock ammunition and then summon a jar from a scroll he threw, trapping the symbiote and sealing him back in the seal. They then fell to the ground as Spider-Man descended.
I suppose I owe you a lot, Harry replied as Naruto pocketed the scroll.
No, but don't do anything like this again. It appears that this thing is a drug. If you're not strong enough to fight it, you can become addicted to it. Get some rest, kid. A few hours later, Dr. Octavius' hideout. Otto was watching the battle and focusing in on Harry. Was Harry Osborn Venom? Who would have guessed? Octavius. As Norman walked in, Otto hurriedly turned off the screen. I seen it firsthand, in my very own conference room. It's incredible. The ferocity, the barbarism. Octavius, whatever it takes, I want Venom.
Otto locked his gaze on him for a moment before allowing Norman to speak again. What's wrong with you? Do you have any information that I don't?
Not at all, Mr. Osborn. Not a single thing. Helicarrier for the SHIELD.
Spider-Man, mask removed, had just finished telling Fury about their encounter with Venom.
I think you know more than you're telling. Sigh, Look, Fury, we don't know who Venom took over from, but after what he did to them, they deserve a break for the time being. As he stood at the door without his mask, Naruto said.
Later, they went inside to train with the team that was waiting for them, masks removed. And observed them coughing and sneezing, catching Peter's cold.
Well, look who it is, the original germ spreader himself, Luke replied, wiping his mouth with a tissue. I, cough. Warned you not to make me sick. Ava described the situation as congested. Oh, sorry, Peter apologized, having just gotten over a cold on the way to S.H.I.E.L.D. Get him. Ava screamed at Peter. Naruto stepped aside as the others pursued the arachnid-themed hero. She still looks good, Naruto remarked hastily, peering through Ava's skin-tight jeans at her ass. Norman's penthouse, late at night. Before a piece of venom appeared on Harry's ear, he tossed and turned. He jerked awake from his slumber and panted before massaging the back of his head. To be continued.
That's it for this part, guys. Thanks for listening to the video. I hope you did enjoy the pretty story, and if you did, like, share, and subscribe for more. And thank you all for helping support, and have a great day.